Hello, YouTube. I am your host, the Crimson Warrior, coming at you with Raul and his education on Burning Abyss monsters.
There will always be Burning Abyss. The deck is resilient. The deck is interesting. This is just a starter of what you can expect to play in Burning Abyss. It can be run in so many different ways. Mainly, people nowadays are doing Earth variants, but it is what it is.
Danger Burning Abyss.
Danger Burning Abyss, stuff like that. Shaddolls, dumping stuff like that. So there's three things you got to know about a Burning Abyss monster. The fact that they have Burning Abyss in their name. They all have the same effect where if they get sent to the graveyard, an effect goes off. Just sent to the graveyard, whether it's from the deck, from the graveyard, milling, whatever. From the field, it doesn't matter. Their effects will go off. The other effect that contradicts that is if you have all the Burning Abyss monsters have the effect where if this card is in your hand, you can special summon it if you control no spells and traps in your spell and trap monster zone, but you can't activate its other effect. So it's either or thing.
Yeah, you either extend or you use the graveyard.
Exactly. So I've played 4 Burning Abyss monsters and I've gone into Boral Sword. Other times you just go into
Blackluster Soldier.
yeah, you go into stuff like that. So there are I don't even remember how many Burning Abyss monsters. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Burning Abyss monsters. There might be probably one more that I missed, but that's pretty much it. We'll first start off with the best two, Seer and Graph. They're both limited in the TCG for 1 to 1 because of their effects. Seer special summons a Burning Abyss monster from your graveyard. Graph sends any Burning Abyss monster from your deck to your graveyard.
It's a foolish burial.
So it's a foolish burial, but you mainly run Graph. Graph usually sends Seer.
I got you.
Pretty self-explanatory. Farfa, great interruption. When he gets sent to the graveyard, you can target a monster on the field. It's still targeting, unfortunately. Non-targeting removal back in the day was not that, out there. Target a face-up monster on the field, and it banishes it till the end phase of mine or your opponent's turn. So it can remove a problematic board like a Boral Sword or an Aquamax. No, Aquamax can't be targeted. Stuff like that. So like if you have you banish it in Gearsu, they lose all their material, so that's the thing. Scarm. Scarm is, every archetype has a Scarm.
And face search.
And face search. Pretty simple. You mainly do this to search for Tour Guide, but I'll explain Tour Guide later.
Oh, because she's a fiend. That's great.
Alec, when it gets sent to the graveyard, it negates a face-up monster on the field. Before when snow was a thing, you would always do this. You would negate your in against the Sky Striker matchup when Sky Strikers were first hitting. When your opponent tried to Widow Anchor you would pitch Alec to negate your monster's effect, so Widow Anchor couldn't take it. That's how it used to be. But then back in the day, most people, what they ended up doing is they ended up negating, using another Widow Anchor. Barbar is great in time. So what he'll do is when it gets sent to the graveyard, you can banish up to 3 Burning Abyss monsters, and you do damage 300 times the number of Burning Abyss monsters that you banish. So you can do up to 900 burn damage.
Perfect time card.
Yeah. So Libic special summons a level 3 or lower fiend, but its effects are negated. Its effects are negated? Yeah, its effects are negated. So you can send another Burning Abyss monster. So while on the field, the Burning Abyss monsters don't do anything. This pretty much stops the effects of the other. Like say this normal summon this, special summon something else from the graveyard, from the hand, and then you can link them off. You'll still get that effect off because it went to the graveyard. Once it hits the graveyard, their effects go live. Calcab destroys a set spell or trap. Pretty cool. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Dragar, Kagna, and Rubik, they're just names. You don't really use their other effects. I
They're
think.
extenders more than anything.
Yeah, him. I could send a Burning Abyss spell and trap. It's not really. It's not really like you. You just run them for the names because again, they all have the same effects.
I got you.
And then the cool thing about Rubik is the only tuner in the deck. So I'll show you what they're supposedly going into tuner for.
Yeah.
But there's way more options than that, and that's
Back
pretty
when
much.
synchro format was more
Yeah,
important.
that's pretty much it. Most Burning Abyss decks usually run one of everybody except for Alec
I got you.
and Farfa. You run two to three of both of these because again they are great targets to mill or dump or anything like that because they just offer so much versatility. Plus if one is sent to the graveyard, you still have one in the deck to go through.
Let's say you're playing an average Burning Abyss deck. What is your average turn 1 combo that you're trying to do?
So you just want to go into rank 3s. You want to go into rank 3s, but before it used to be rank 3s. Now you just want to go into Cherubini. Now it's Cherubini. While Greg gets Cherubini, I will show you the two honorary, so to speak, Burning Abyss monsters, which is Tour Guide and Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Tour Guide is probably the best normal summon you will possibly have in the deck. Because what he'll do is when you normal summon it, you can summon a level 3 or lower fiend from your deck, but its effects are negated. What you want to do with her is you used to go normal her special summon Rhino Warrior, and then you used to go into Dante. Now, when you do that, Fiendish Rhino Warrior now is live when it gets sent to the graveyard. Its Rhino Warrior has two effects. When it's fiends I control cannot be destroyed by card effects. That includes the Burning Abyss monsters with their own effects. So that's what it used to be. Now it's just Cherubini. And then the other effect for Rhino Warrior is if it gets sent to the graveyard, you send a fiend from any fiend, not level 3 or lower, so you can do some shenanigans with like Fabled Sulkius and stuff like that. But usually Rhino Warrior sends Graph, Special Summon Seer, and you just go off combos from that. Cherubini fixes a lot of the inherent issues of the Burning Abyss monsters because A, it's a link. Links are good because it opens up 2 zones. And then monsters that he points to can't be destroyed by card effects. Again, so Seer would be able to blow itself up, but it's really good. The all-star of the deck is Dante. Dante is the cool guy. So Dante is the OG. So his stats are not that good. His effect is actually really good. So what he'll do is he takes any 2 level 3s, which is basically all the Burning Abyss monsters, and then you mill up to 3. So you can choose 1, you can choose 2, you can choose 3, and he gains 500 attack for every mill. So he can become 25. And when he attacks. After he attacks, he switches to defense mode, which is also pretty cool.
What are your thoughts on Sandgan in the deck?
It's too slow. It's too slow. Plus of the new errata, it's not that good. The loop with Dante is you always want to have Dante, and you want to have always Seer attached to him, because what happens is that when it gets sent to the graveyard, Dante's effect is going to go off and Seer's effect is going to go off. So Seer will target Dante, Dante will target Seer. Seer will special summon Dante, and you get Seer back to your hand. So it's easy recursion. It's another body on board, another monster. And what people mainly do is they will once you go through all your combos and shenanigans and you special summon him back from Seer's effect, you will overlay into Beatrice. Beatrice used to be a prize card.
Yeah.
So she was amazing. This is his only printing, just FYI.
Outside of the prize card.
Other than the prize card, it's the So what's also funny about her is that she's not a Burning Abyss monster. There's no Burning Abyss on her name.
Oh wow, Lady
So
of the Eternal.
So she will blow up any of the Burning Abyss monsters, which depending on their situation can be good or bad, because you can normal summon Seer and then while she's on the field, blow up, and then you can special summon Dante again. So, but it has 2 effects. It's a level 6. It can only if you special summon her by using Dante as material, you have to pitch a Burning Abyss monster. If you have multiples in your hand, cool, fantastic. You usually will have Seer in your hand when you do this loop.
Yeah.
So, and then on she has 2 really cool effects. The first turn is, during either player's turn, if this card would be destroyed while under your control, it can so if it's under my control and during either player's turn, I could detach a material to send any card from the deck to the graveyard. It used to be the Nightmare, the Curious. This was Curious before Curious. The cool thing about it, like, say for example, next turn your opponent does something, you detach Dante. Dante's effect is gonna go off. You're gonna get Seer back to your hand
and keep looping.
That's the constant. These guys are constantly looping each other, which is fantastic. That's why Seer was limited to 1, and that's why Beatrice is limited to 1. And then its other effect is, if it gets destroyed by battle or card effect, it special summons any Burning Abyss monster from the extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. There's a Burning Abyss ritual, which nobody runs.
No, but it's ridiculously expensive.
It is, yeah, because of its printing. And then these are the only other 2 targets. There's another Dante, which is a fusion, Burning Abyss. He's 2800. He's pretty beefy. You never fusion summon him. You bring him out with Beatrice. You only bring him out with Beatrice. That's the only reason he exists in the deck. His effect is, when once per turn, I can discard a card to draw a card. So say you dump a Burning Abyss monster. Say you draw a Grunt. Say your opponent has a problematic monster on the field. Say he's got like an Eater of Millions or a Dingirsu or whatever. Or Gizmek. You pitch Farfa. Farfa's effect is going to go off to banish it. It returns at the end phase, and you get a draw. So it's inherently you save it because you discard 1 to draw 1, but you get the advantage of doing that to your opponent. And then Virgil is meh.
How do you get into it?
He's level 6. He's a generic synchro.
Oh, okay.
So you can run him in pretty much anything that will, like, people used to run him and Brielle, the level 6.
Yeah.
The level 6. Or that's why
The Thumb is another tech choice.
yeah, another tech choice. Or what's his name? Rubik. Rubik is the only tuner. So this plus any of the Burning Abyss monsters, even Tour Guide or Tour Guide or anything like that, synchros. Virgil is okay. I prefer Virgil. I prefer the other Dante. But he's really, really cool. So his effect is, that's how much you can only control 1 Virgil.
Okay.
Once per turn, discard a Burning Abyss card, target a card your opponent controls or in their graveyard, and shuffles it to the deck. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, I can draw a card. So it's cool. It's a cool novelty. People would rather prefer Virgil, but there's 2 ways of summoning Virgil. There's only 1 way of summoning Dante. So it depends on your certain circumstances. Now, certain decks you can run certain cards in your deck to help these guys out. If you guys check out the deck profile that I made on Greg's channel, that'd be great. But you want to run these as many as possible, and you want to run minimum one of every Burning Abyss. You don't even have to do, like, you definitely want to do Graph. You definitely want to do Seer. You want to do Farfa, Alec. This is a maybe. These, if you guys just want a name, absolutely. These guys are names. These guys are redundant. These are the ones that you kind of want to cans. So these are the ones that you want to run. I would recommend you running. You want to run multiples of these two. You don't want to run. You can't run more than these two. You want to run multiples.
Would if you could.
Absolutely more seer than anything. In the OCG, they're unlimited. Beatrice is limited. Beatrice is unlimited in the OCG, but Dante's limited to 1.
Oh, okay. So the loop is caught either way.
Yeah. But differently. Because Beatrice is a rank. Beatrice can be brought out not just with Dante, like say malicious and stuff like that. So, if you want to run it pure, you can. There are some spells and traps in the Burning Abyss deck that you can run. I don't recommend them. The best way, in my opinion, to run Burning Abyss is running the Sekka's Light builds.
What about the Fire Lake?
You get before it used to be PK. It used to be Phantom Knights. It used to be Phantom Knight, so you could always do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or anything to ask, please notify Greg. Again, this is deck building 101. If you want to know any other particular decks, Orcus, Galaxy Eyes, Black Wing tutorials, anything like that, that would be fantastic.
Awesome, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have anything to add, or if you just enjoyed it. Subscribe if you like the content, and hit that notification bell to always on if you never want to miss an upload. Peace, guys.